Well, never would have guessed it, but being in quarantine, it didn't take me long to get to the bottom of Netflix. This time, I just wanted to sort of give you a rundown of what I think are the top 7 must-binge Corona quarantine DVDs. Alright, that's right, kids. Back in my day, we used to have these things called DVDs. You used to have to physically go to a store, buy them, come home, physically put it in another machine just to watch the film. I'm getting old. Anyways, these are my top 7 go-to DVDs that I have physically laying around in my apartment. In no real particular order. I'm kicking it off right now. Number 1, Boondock Saints. This is like a rough and tumble Irish gangster mob religious movie all mixed into one. Bullets, prayers, and super slow motion, gritty, beautiful action sequences. It's also got Norman Reedus from Walking Dead, so anybody that ever bought one of those shirts that said Daryl dies, we riot, this one's for you. Next up, Shawshank Redemption. Classic. If you haven't seen this one, I don't know what you've been doing. It's a jail movie. Scenic moments, but also like life lessons, really cool insights into humanity. So if you're into that sort of thing, like I think that you'd like it. It's just written so well, and the voiceover will give you chills. Anything that Morgan Freeman says gives you chills. Andy Dufresne was my friend. I think that's how it went. Smokin Aces. This one is like full noise the entire time. Massive complex where everybody's out for Buddy Ace's Israel. Jeremy Piven from Entourage. This alcoholic, gambling, magician, drug addict that everybody is out to kill. So he's got like ex-cons, hitmen, assassins coming into this building, all of them separate, not working together, trying to kill this one man. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. Anybody that wants like a nice rough shoot 'em up style film, that's the one for you. Binge it now. You're not doing anything else. Come on. Next one up, Hurt Locker. Full tension.
Best Picture.
It won Best Picture, that's right. There's not many jobs in the world that I would want less than what this guy does. Goes around foreign countries and disarms bombs that are hidden sometimes in cars in the most intricate places. And it's so tense because everybody he's trying to save are just so hostile, not wanting him there at all because he represents America. An amazing film. It's got Jeremy Renner. If you can really dig deep into it, the last line of the film has a really cool trinket for you. So. Oh my god. Okay, I should have started with this one. This was one of my favorite films of all time. Snatch. Guy Ritchie film that has a gamut of characters. So many characters that you don't even know who's doing what, but everybody has their own cool intro. The way that they all entwine and bump into each other throughout the story, beautiful. Really intricate. You've got Brad Pitt. You bought it the way you saw it? Puts on like a pikey accent and he's like, it's fucking amazing. This fun fact, he did the pikey accent so bad that they were just like, the more that you lean into that and the worse it sounds, if we can't even understand you, that's good. 7 words like mesh into one. He's just like, you bought it the way you saw it? And they're like, okay. It also has some of the most serene and beautiful slow motion moments I've ever seen in a film. The soundtrack in a league unto its own. Check out Snatch. If you have not, you have got to check that one out, alright? Meet Joe Black. I guess we're on a Brad Pitt binge right now. It's not what meets the eye. Really beautiful soundtrack for that too. Some of the most ethereal music I've ever heard in my entire life. You got Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt. That's all I should say. The Untouchables. Absolute classic. Kevin Costner. There's a couple scenes that are so iconic that films and comedy troupes have parodied this film. The way that they build tension is so interesting that if you make it hyperbolic, then it's even funnier. But in its purest essence, it was done really well, and that's why everybody pays homage to this film. So. Did want to give a couple honorable mentions. I have not watched a film more than Christmas Vacation. Do even Christmas? This film needs to happen every Christmas. Dark Knight, because I assume you've seen The Dark Knight. Honorable mentions, Kick-Ass, Dodgeball, Shanghai Knights, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Well, God damn it, I tried. At least I did that much. Alright, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for tuning back in. I think tomorrow we're going to do a remote board game with my buddy Gary. And before I go, just let me know in the comments what your favorite binge-worthy series or movies are. I'd love to hear if you have any DVDs still. Let me know what your top 3 are. Everybody, I want to hear.